There's a lot of new things you can expect on FIFA 09 on the PC this year. We really got our cues from what the gamers were telling us, and the gamers were telling us that they wanted an actual football game that was meant to be played on the PC. And that's really translated into the four things we focused on most this year. So the first thing we did is we actually are giving the gamers high-end graphics. So the game is going to look a lot better, especially if you have a really good PC. You're going to see the 3D grass, you're going to see the players in great detail, especially in those up-close shots. They're really the spitting image of those players, and they're going to look fantastic. It's really going to be an impressive visual game. Second thing is the controls. We've gone and thought about how the gameplay could work on a PC different than other platforms, and we've actually realized, let's use the mouse as a control input. And what that lets you do is it lets you be a bit of more of a field marshal, about pointing and clicking exactly where you want your passes to go, where you want your teammates to run to, or who you want to control while defending. So it gives you a lot more control over the way you play the game. The third area we worked on was around connectivity. So most PCs are connected to the internet, and we have actually taken advantage of that fact by adding a widget system throughout the front end of the game. So no matter what screen you're on, you'll have little bite-sized pieces of information on your monitor that'll be constantly updating, giving information about how many people are playing online right now, how do you stack rank against them in different statistics, or even when your next interactive league match is opening up. And finally, there's this is my favorite one, there's a favorite club widget. So it'll actually show for your favorite club the top 5 news stories, which you can read right in your menu screens, and also show you their next game, their last result, and some other stats about the league they play in. There's one more widget I want to tell you about, and it's the live season widget. And what it does is it actually updates the player form for the top 6 leagues every single week. So as players have good and bad weeks in the real world, you'll see that exact impact on your game when you're playing through this live season feature. You know, in the past, we've been able to update it once in February. Now it's going to be updating every week for these top 6 leagues.
What I remember FIFA probably the most for is during university time. It was always a good substitute for studying. So what we did is we had FIFA tournaments instead of studying. And it was just such a big pleasure. My friends at that point were from England, Brazil, Germany, France. So they would pick their teams and I would pick little Austria. And I would pretty much kick their ass. And they were so mad at me, and they would always accuse me of like tuning the team or hacking the game and making my stats higher because they couldn't believe that little Austria can beat Brazil, England, Germany and France. So that was pretty much the best times with the game because I could make Austria win.
One of my favorite FIFA memories was before I was working at EA, before I was working in games. I had FIFA 2002, and the thing that stuck out the most for me, and I know it's kind of funny, but you could slide tackle the goalkeeper, and you'd get a red card automatically, but I couldn't resist so many times, and I'd end up slide tackling him. I would laugh so hard at the NIS, and then I'd obviously have to fight back after that for the rest of the game because I'd be a man down. But that was definitely a fun memory from FIFA in the past.